What's up everyone, Bill here with Mad Max again, and today we're going to be going over the Ruger American Predator and 6.5 Creedmoor. Start off by showing clear real quick. Let's go over the specs real quick. It is overall length of 42 inches. The barrel is a 22-inch cold hammer forged. The twist rate is 1:8, and it's a right-hand twist. It is threaded with regular 5/8 by 24, so like the standard 308 threading. It's 6.6 pounds unloaded without a scope. And the one special thing about this, it is a 70-degree throw, so it throws a little bit shorter than the standard 90-degree, which could sometimes knock your hand. Quickly, we'll just go into the disassembly. I'll get a close-up of it, but there's a little button on the back here. The bolt just pops out, easy peasy. The Msrp on this is right around $530, but usually it's significantly lower, like on the lower end of $400, and a lot of times it'll come with a scope. I did get this with a scope. It came with the Crossfire, Vortex Crossfire 4-12. I opted to put a primary arms 4-16 on it. Not the best scope, but it's a little bit better than what I had on, and it was cheap, and I had it laying around, so I figured I'd put it on it. I'll start off why I bought it in the first place. I wanted to take like a budget dive into precision or like long range bolt action, and I like the idea of 6.5 Creedmoor. I already had like a 308 AR, so I figured there's no reason to get a 308 bolt action. But this is at the local gun store. It was down to this or a Tikka, and there's like a $600 price difference, and this came with the scope on it, so just snagged this one up instead. Consistently, I would say this shoots about an inch, give or take, on the ammo. I got some of my targets here. It likes the lighter, like 120 grain Hornady. Like, this is just ridiculous. I'll get into close-ups all these. The Federal Gold Medal Burger 130 grain also does pretty good, or the Hornady 140 does pretty good, but consistently with every ammo I got about a 1 1/2 or better, and with the lighter stuff, I was consistently getting like sub-inch, and anything that wasn't sub-inch was probably my fault. My breathing was messed up. I'm also using like a little the Amazon special bipod. Yeah, everything. I'll go in pictures of that. But for how inexpensive it is a very accurate gun. For hunting, target shooting, long range. I've seen YouTube videos of the guys taking these out to a mile. Take it for what it's worth. The trigger on it is adjustable from 3 to 5 pounds. I did the YouTube trick where you go in. Oh, I wouldn't call it the YouTube trick, but the little cut the spring trick that everyone does on YouTube. You pull the trigger out. It's pretty easy to disassemble. There's 2 bolts, the whole action comes out, but you take the trigger out, there's a spring, you cut it down a couple coils, and it's a lot lighter of a pull. The safety over here is just a switch that goes forward and aft, and then it's just a nice clean break. I'll get it up close to that too. Get it there, it's just boom. But the barrel is like a medium contour. I wouldn't necessarily call it heavy, but it's good enough for what I'm using it for. Yes, it does come with this little Picatinny rail, but however, you can't use a regular stock mount on it, or a regular scope mount on it. You can't use a regular scope mount on it because it's not even across the board. A regular scope mount wouldn't fit, so any scope rings would work perfectly. Has a nice probably like a 3/4 inch soft rubber pad on the back. That's pretty nice. This is pretty much on there just for show. That was something I had laying around that I got on Amazon a long time ago. A couple things I'd say is bad about this rifle. The proprietary magazines, they only hold 4 rounds, and they're like, don't quote me on this, but they're pretty expensive. They're like $25 for a 4-round piece of plastic. And there's no aftermarket for it yet. Magpul is working on coming out with a hunter stock similar to that, like the 1022 or the Remington 700 stocks that Magpul makes. They're supposed to be out last fall, still aren't out yet. Still waiting on it, because that is definitely going to be going on here as soon as they come out. But other than that, there's no real aftermarket for it. They do make a couple chassis out there for it. They're like $400. Not really interested in it at the moment. I am going to go with the Magpul, and probably end up just putting like a compensator on here at the end, or like a muzzle brake, just because there's a lot of felt recoil with the 6.5. A lot of powder coming out of their small bullet. But overall, I'm very, very happy with this gun and how it performs. I'm not doing anything crazy with it. The farthest I've taken out so far is 400 meters, and I was just using Kentucky windage and just held it over a little bit, and I was hitting it every time with it was a IPSC size piece of steel. I think I'll have a picture in there rolled in. But other than that, for the price point, can't beat this gun, especially if you're just using for like predator hunting or really any sort of hunting or just target shooting. Overall, very happy with this rifle. I would recommend it 100 times out of 100. Appreciate you watching this quick review on the Ruger American Predator in 6.5 Creedmoor. Don't forget to drop a comment, like, subscribe if you haven't already. Everything helps me out. And share to your friends if you'd like. Have a good day, everyone. Stay tuned for my next video.